Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming to you here this evening from Neshoba County Coliseum, Philadelphia, Mississippi. It's March 13th, it's Saturday. It's a beautiful day here in the early spring. Lots blooming out. Here we are, Philadelphia, Mississippi. That conjures up a lot of impressions throughout the United States. I'm pretty much spent a lot of time about 40 miles from here raising horses. Philadelphia to me is a place that's not unfamiliar. But to many people, it has conjured up the impressions of Mississippi burning, which was a tragedy that took place in the 1960s here when civil rights workers were murdered and the sheriff locally had something to do with it, and then it became part of our history in America as well as Mississippi. Unfortunately, this county has gone and gotten on the wrong side of history again by hosting a big lick animal cruelty horse show featuring Tennessee walking horses. The United States Congress, July 25, 2019, about 18 months ago, weighed in on this. They voted. They voted this as animal cruelty. Large animal veterinarian Ted Yoho, Florida congressman, raised up Jen's Ice Glimmer's 8-pound stack and said, "You're either for animal cruelty or you're against it." The congressman representing Philadelphia, Mississippi, Neshoba County, Michael Guest, Republican, Mississippi, he voted that he was against the animal cruelty. He voted to abolish it. And now we have Philadelphia, Mississippi, Neshoba County, my friends here, they got on the wrong side of history with this. Now, they didn't come up with this horse show idea in Philadelphia. They came up with it in Laurel, Mississippi. A lady from Collins, which is about 25 miles from there, down in South Mississippi, is having a horse show. She's been in this 40, 50 years. And we protested down at Laurel, and all of a sudden it disappeared from Laurel. And then it reappeared up here last year. The COVID hit, but we're here this year. We have about 22,000 signatures on a change.org petition to let the city and county here know that this is the wrong side of history. This is animal cruelty that's being hosted in the Neshoba County Coliseum. It's an abomination. It's a stain upon the state of Mississippi. Mississippi has led the way trying to abolish the animal cruelty of the big lick Tennessee walking horse. In 2015, I founded the Citizens Campaign Against Big Lick Animal Cruelty. I reached out to my alma mater, the University of Mississippi, in Jackson, Mississippi, where there's a medical center and a children's hospital. They've been having a big lick horse show down in Jackson since the 30s, okay? Almost 80 years. I said, look, you're being stained with this. I said, do you really want to be associated with this horse show? The horse show is giving them $50,000 a year to the children's hospital. The children's hospital took one look at it and said, no, we can raise far much more money to take care of these children than this $50,000 tainted money, this stain. So I reached out to a journalist friend of mine named Jerry Mitchell. Jerry's an investigative reporter. He's done a lot of work in the civil rights area. He's a Neiman Fellow at Harvard. He recently wrote a memoir called Race Against Time. A lot of it featured here in Neshoba County, where he did the work to find out whether convicted one of the people here. Actually, he was a preacher killing. That's what they call him here, K-I-L-L-E-N. Jerry was writing the story about the University of Mississippi Medical Center severing the ties. And he says, well, Clint, what do I do with this? I said, Jerry, just tell it like it is. After being approached by the Citizens Campaign, the University of Mississippi Medical Center, in about 10 days' time, publicly announced, and Jerry covered the story, that they were severing all ties with the big lick animal cruelty in that Jackson horse show. They've been going on for decades. The Jackson horse show is no more. The hospital has prospered and done well, not having any money from the big lick animal cruelty. And Jerry Mitchell, again, is a tie that binds because he's connected with that, and he's connected here to Neshoba County in Philadelphia with his investigative work regarding the murders in the civil rights era. This horse show that they're having here is called the Heart of Dixie. And you can imagine the Board of Supervisors here with this horse show could just as well have the Oath Keepers of the Proud Boys and not get any worse image than this. Congress has voted on this. This isn't a matter of discussion anymore. This is animal cruelty. The vote was bipartisan. You had a majority of Republicans and a majority of Democrats. The vote was 333 to 96. It left no question, no doubt whatsoever. You had liberals, you had conservatives, 333 to 96. You had the congressman here, Michael Guest, Republican, Mississippi. You also had a congressman from Tennessee who represents the University of Tennessee, Tim Burchett. He voted to abolish it because it's animal cruelty. Michael Guest also represents, in his congressional district, Mississippi State University, which is where our vet college is located. He also represents Meridian, Mississippi, which is one of our larger cities. Folks, this needs to be gone from here. We've got over 22,000 signatures on a Change.org petition. We're giving Philadelphia and Neshoba County heads up. We'll be here with protesters next year if this is held here again. Hopefully it will not be. It's not in the interest of this great county, these great people here in Philadelphia and Neshoba County. Many of them are my friends. I practice law in their courthouse, to have this here. So that's our appeal. That's what the Citizens Campaign is doing here. We'll be wherever it happens and for as long as it takes. We the people, CCABLAC, boycott, protest. Thank you very much.